Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player. We just have to, put the final touches on Haikyuu season 2 here. So today, just like we did in season 1, we are going to go through the top 5 moments of season 2. I said the top 5 moments of season 2, but it's more like my top 5 moments of season 2. I feel like we're gonna have some disagreements here because let me tell you, in preparation for putting this video together, I rewatched season 2 again to really make sure that I had the full scope of the season, that I didn't miss anything. I also asked my channel members for their advice. So big shout out to Sarah's Love House up in here for helping me with, reminding me of some of the top moments. We definitely worked together on this. They brought some moments to my attention that I was not considering, but then really considered. So after much consideration and a lot of internal debates, I have put together my personal top 5 moments of Haikyuu season 2. So without further ado, here we go. Sarah's favorite moments from Haikyuu season 2, and it was a great season. Okay, it was incredibly hard for me to pick 5 moments, period, in season 2, but then when it came to actually ranking the moments, I was also stumped. So this video took a lot of brain power for me. Okay, so I know, before I even start, I know you're gonna hit me up in the comments. You guys, do not criticize, okay? Do not criticize my list because trust me, I've had 20 moments written down, okay? So your moments that you're thinking of was probably on the long list. But to start this off, the number 5 moment from Haikyuu season 2 is from episode 1 when they're at, Kageyama and Hinata are at Shiratorizawa. They follow Ushiwaka there after getting lost in conditioning. The ball is flying out of the gym. Ushiwaka goes and jumps for it. Hinata said, "Not today." And just sprung out of nowhere, grabbed the ball, landed, looked at Ushiwaka and was like, "I'm Hinata Shoyo from the concrete." Let me tell you, that started season 2 off with a bang, okay? I got full goosebumps when that happened. I also loved how that moment made a full circle return in episode 25 when they confronted Ushiwaka at the end walking into the gym and he repeated it, kind of. So that was super impactful, a little bit of foreshadowing. I loved the underdog sentiment of just you don't even know me and these flowers are gonna bloom from this concrete. So that is my number 5 moment from season 2. My number 4 top moment of season 2 of Haikyuu is not so much a moment as an entire episode. I didn't know what to do here, but yeah, I felt like it was fair to make this episode a moment when the channel members also included it as a moment. So we are talking about episode 3, the whole townsperson B arc with Yachi. There were so many tidbits here, you guys, the one-liners when she's talking to Kageyama and Hinata about winning and losing, and Hinata says, do you need a reason not to want to lose? Like, that was huge. It was huge when Hinata said, you know, townsperson B has its own kind of awesome. You know, when she finally got the confidence to stand up for herself and chase her mom through the metro and just like scream at her that she is going to be the manager of the volleyball team, and just like to finally like take a stand in her life, and just like for all the people out there who have always felt unseen and kind of in the background, to understand that like you do make a difference and you do have a place in the world. Like, I just felt that that was such an impactful message that even though it wasn't one moment, I had to include it because I felt like it was so relatable to so many people, and it just brought up so many emotions in me. So I had to make the entirety of episode 3, Townsperson B, part of this because it was just so beautiful. I also have another huge part of this, like in the one-liner category, was when Kyoko and Yachi were in the locker room, and Yachi was kind of going on about how she like never like miss anything, doesn't like ever get started, and Kyoko said to her, you don't need an unwavering will to get started. And like, oh, like it's so true. It's like, it doesn't have to be your passion. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, just take the first step. And it's just like another example of how like beautifully relatable that whole arc and episode is. Okay, we're in the top 3, and I have a feeling that you guys will know what my top 2 is, but I'm wondering if you can guess what my number 3 is. It is from episode 17, and it's when Daichi got injured and Ennoshita had to kind of step in to Daichi's role and captaincy. Again, not like a specific moment, but more of just like a concept and idea of just, you know, Ennoshita has always been a character that's kind of on the periphery and hasn't had a huge role in the team, but he's like made appearances here and there. But like when Daichi got injured and had to get checked for concussion and he stepped in, just, it was his time to shine, and just, I think he did it so beautifully and really showed why he will likely be the next captain when the third years graduate. Just like, he was so honest, and you could even see like all the Karasuno guys like identify little pieces of leadership in him, like how he could calm Yamaguchi down, how he had an idea against Wakanon and was like, okay, this guy keeps wiping off the block, I have this idea, let's put it into action, and he did it, and he made some huge plays at the end of that match. How he was really struggling, and then when it counted, like he stepped up and got a huge kill. Like, can you tell how passionate I am about this? Like, I'm almost not even breathing. Like, let me check my pulse. You guys, I am like so excited talking about this. I'm like about to pass out. Anyways, like Ennoshita stepped up big time. And I think another huge reason why this moment, we'll call it, is so beautiful is because Daichi was cleared to play partway through the Wakanon match, and he like came in, he saw how things were going, and he had so much confidence in Ennoshita and how he was, you know, handling the team, how he was playing, how he filled in his role, that he chose to not come back and let Ennoshita finish because he felt like he would have like disrupted things. And I think that is huge. And we heard it many times throughout episode 17 is like Ennoshita being like, I can't replace Daichi with my skills, but he found other ways to shine. And even like seeing his backstory and then you know, how he was able to use his backstory of like running away from the team to then relate to Yamaguchi serving and things like that. I thought that that was so cool, and I think it just like was an amazing way to include another player other than the 7 starting members. And yeah, it was just like a really good feel-good moment, and he played a huge role in a really important part of the Inter-High tournament. So Ennoshita's captaincy brings up number 3. Okay, we're at our top 2. I know you guys know what they are. Do you know what they are? Am I that predictable? I cried a lot in this episode, not in this episode, in this season, I think. So I was looking back and I'm like, did I pick all the parts that I cried? No, but almost. But these top 2, I think I like actually cried. So the number 2 moment from Haikyuu season 2 is Yamaguchi's serving run in episode 22. Just checking, it is episode 22. You could kind of feel the power of what was about to happen at the end of episode 21 when Ukai was like, yeah, shut up, I know. And you just like saw Yamaguchi being like, put me in. You knew it was gonna be like his time to shine heading into episode 22. And then when he got in, like complete dropper ace on the back line. Then Mad Dog shanks it. Then he makes the sickest body dig of all time. Almost got cardiac arrest, you know, digging Iwazumi in the back. Then gets the trickle ace, which was different from the trickle ace against Wakunan because he was on the offensive instead of being passive and worried about missing it. Like, he brought Karasuno back into the match in the second set against Seijo. And just even seeing the behind the scenes part about like his conversations with the shop owner, about like how to like embody his role, how to like insert himself into the team and like be what he wants to be, to his conversation with Ukai after the Wakunan match where he was like so ashamed that he gave up and did a standing float serve. Like the whole like behind the scenes and like into the present moment, and just seeing how far Yamaguchi came to like being the only first year to not be in the starting 6, to like creating an important integral role for himself in going and seeking out the shopkeeper to learn how to jump float and like make himself useful, like, and learning his I'm not even breathing because I have too much to say about this. I need to take a deep breath. If anybody argues with me about my top 2, we're gonna get in a fight. Cause like, that was beautiful. That whole Yamaguchi story and seeing how he came out ahead in the Seijo match. No, you can't argue with me. 5-4-3, sure, let's have a discussion, maybe. But 2 and 1, no. So that is number 2, period. Okay? Okay, good. We're at number 1, the top moment from Haikyuu season 2. This one, you guys, I don't even have to talk about it because you know what it is. I know what it is. We've all been talking about it for a while now. You know what it is. The final rally against Seijo. Episode 24. I was full out sobbing, which, I mean, okay, blah, blah, par for the course for me. I get it, I cry a lot. But like, that one hit me, okay? We can start with the volleyball aspect. The fact that all 12 guys on the court touched the ball. Just really highlighting what the whole theme of this match was, that like 6 strong players is better than 1. All 12 guys on the court touched the ball, okay? We had 2 solid teams playing their butts off, playing such high-level volleyball. That was amazing. We had Suga come in. He was serving up a storm, but in that last one, the dig, I can't even breathe again. Oikawa's set, the shank, okay? Oikawa running, points to Iwazumi. The point got me, okay? You're scrambling, you might not get there, but you have the presence to be like, I'm gonna set you. Then you jump, you throw it along the line of the net. Iwazumi somehow has telepathy, knows that I'm spitting everywhere. Did you see that? Did you see the spit just fly out of my mouth? Yikes, okay. The set, flying across the net. Iwazumi times it perfectly, hammers it. In the meantime, Oikawa's running into the scores table, okay? Then he falls, he tries to get up, he slips, somehow gets back. An amazing dig, okay, on Karasuno's side. My heart sunk probably 4 times in that rally, but then at the very, very end, when Kageyama chooses to set Hinata, I wasn't expecting that, okay? I thought he was gonna set somebody else. I wasn't sure it was the right choice, but then Hinata gets set, okay? Sees in between the fingertips of the block. Oikawa also fills in the seam, slides into it, but then I think Oikawa would have dug it, but Hinata hits the fingertips, which kind of changes the trajectory, and then Oikawa shanks it. Like, at that point, I was just crying, period. I think no matter who would have won that point, I would have been crying, because it was such a hard-fought rally. I honestly felt like either team deserved to win that rally. Obviously, deep down, I'm always cheering for Karasuno, but in the background, having like all of like the coach conversation with Oikawa about, you know, not being the most talented and what that means, and just like, I'm blacking out right now because I'm just, you guys, name a better moment in season 2, I dare you. Okay? And then I dare you to put it in the chat because I think you're gonna get just verbally abused in the comment section. I dare you. So hands down, number 1 moment of Haikyuu, season 2. Some of you said Haikyuu, like, period. Yet to be seen. It is the best moment in the series for me so far, but I've only seen 2 seasons. So those were my personal top 5 moments from season 2. I understand there were some that were a little nuancy, like the townsperson B part, like the Ennoshita captaincy part. Let me tell you a couple that were on my list that I didn't put on the top 5, just for good measure. Okay, let's see. I had, episode 6, when it was just like the music was playing and you could see all the guys just going through their individual practice. Asahi working on his spin serve, Noe working on the jump set. Like, yeah, I thought that one was great. In episode 7, when Asahi, like, he had just gotten body checked by Hinata, and then he was like, nope, I am the ace. And so a ball got set, same situation in between Hinata and Asahi, and he was like, it's my ball. Asserting his dominance. Loved that. Episode 8, when Tsuki's being a little cagey, like making everybody feel a little stupid for putting in the extra practice, and then Yamaguchi runs after him and he's like, what do we need besides pride? That one hit me. When episode 10, when Hinata and Kageyama finally connected on their new quick, but like during that rally, you could like, Kageyama was feeling it and you could like hear all his thoughts and he was like feeling so good, and then they like nailed that quick, and that was the beginning of like the new trajectory. Amazing. Episode 13, when they played Ogi Minami and the guy thought about not chasing the ball, but then Hinata, the captain of their team, and then Hinata's voice, and then he turned and put in a maximal effort and like broke the bench and stuff. Like, that was inspiring. And then the last one that I had on my list was episode 14, when Suki started going to his brother's practices and then was asking Ukai questions about how to get better, and then like went in the next training camp and like initiated the training. Like, I thought that showed a lot of growth on Suki's part. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I have it like everything written down here, you guys. But like, those were some of the other ones I was considering. Obviously, overall, this season was beautiful. We met Yachi, we met the Fukuro Dani team, Lev was in this season, we met Ubugawa, Shinzen, Date Tech made an appearance. Like, the cast is growing. I think I'm keeping up pretty well though. I'll give myself a pat on the back for that. I love the training camp arcs. The volleyball got so much better. So many amazing, like, relatable lessons, not just for sport, but life in general. So I'm excited that we finished season 2 because I want to see what's next, but I'm also sad because I just kind of want to stay in this moment like forever and just like keep soaking it in. But I'm actually very curious what you think the top 5 moments are, or what your opinion is. So hit me up in the comments. I feel like we will have some debates about this. I feel like in season 1, my list was pretty solid. Not many arguments, but I'm curious. So let me know what your top 5 moments are from season 2 in the comments below. As always, I would be so grateful if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I can't believe it. Season 2 is great. Can't wait to watch season 3 with you guys. Thank you so much.